7 Acres facility was an existing tomato greenhouse that spans about 350,000 square feet. That's about a little under 7 football fields. Interestingly enough, our facility is actually about 8 acres, but we thought 7 acres sounded a lot better. Here at 7 Acres, we're not directly interfacing with patients. When we look at dried cannabis and we say quality, we don't mean just objective quality, THC content, cleanliness, free of pesticides. I think our whole industry does a good job of that. We mean subjective quality. Does this bud smell good? Does it look good? And is the consumer likely to consume it? On the medical side, we can take feedback from our licensed producer partners or their medical partners to augment the cannabinoid and metabolite that works better for maybe a specific ailment. And on the rec side, we can work with retail partners and end users to get consumer feedback on what they want. But at the end of the day, the focus is the same, to produce the best possible example of this plant. When you look at the room behind me, this is a hybrid room. So we are technically in a greenhouse, but we actually use the artificial lamps as our primary driver of growth. That gives a lot more stability, and we supplement with the sun to improve the product quality. Really, it's sun enriched rather than sun grown, which allows us to really create a premium category that we don't think exists in greenhouse cannabis, but we also don't think exists in indoor grown cannabis either. I spent 10 years in the cannabis sector, so for me, cannabis is not new. This is dried flower for people that like to smoke dried flower, and I think that's what sets us apart, is we're proud to be cultivators and we're proud to produce dried flower to be consumed directly. What I'm most proud of is actually the team that we built here. The energy and the excitement that's in the place is just, can't be matched. We're supporting families and we're supporting the local community here in Kincardine. That really has been the point of most pride for me when I go home at night. We think that the consumer always approaches the cannabis in 3 steps. First with their nose, then with their eyes, then with their mouth. So for us, we want to make sure that from the second you open the jar of 7 Acres cannabis that you're encountered with a strong aroma from a really good terpene profile. Next, they pick up the bud, and that's where we really look for the visual appeal, or the bag appeal as used to say. And finally, it's the flavor. It's the combination of the growing, the drying, and the cannabinoid and terpene content that gives the taste and the effect the consumer is looking for. For us, the number one thing we look for when we hire employees, and we've hired over 100 of them in the past year here, is passion for the plant. So you don't need to use cannabis to love cannabis, but you need to love cannabis to work here. We have a strong passion for the plant, and I think every employee expresses that in different ways. Some express that very scientifically, some express that through really the detail of their work, and some express that through singing to the plants and talking to the plants. So if you wander the halls here in the growing rooms at 7 Acres, it's not unusual to see literally a staff serenading a plant or having a conversation, just to check in and see how the plants are doing.
Every single department comes from such a different background and has so much knowledge in a different area, and everybody wants to share it. Everybody wants to teach you, so whatever you're willing to learn, you can.
It's not about growing the range of strains, it's about growing the smallest number of strains that we believe can satiate the market, but making sure that every single strain, and more importantly, every single bud that comes out of this facility is to our quality. If you're a consumer and you only get one of our cannabis buds, that is to the quality that you expect from 7 Acres. And we've done that through, as I said, strain selection, through the infrastructure, but mostly we've done that through hiring and training a really excellent team here at the greenhouse at 7 Acres.